Greed, a word that echoes through history, whispers tales of empires built and destroyed. It's a force that can consume individuals and societies alike, driving them to pursue more, always more, at any cost. From the pursuit of wealth and power to the craving for possessions and status, greed knows no bounds. But what is it about this insatiable hunger that has captivated philosophers, writers, and everyday people for centuries? Is greed an inherent part of human nature, or is it a learned behavior fueled by societal pressures? The answers are complex, woven into the fabric of our individual experiences and collective consciousness. Understanding greed, its allure, and its consequences is essential for navigating the complexities of our world. Quotes have the power to encapsulate profound truths in just a few words. They can inspire, challenge, and provoke us to see the world from different perspectives. The 15 quotes we'll explore in this essay offer unique lenses through which to examine the multifaceted nature of greed. Some quotes will delve into the psychological roots of greed, exposing the insecurities and fears that fuel our desires. Others will highlight the societal factors that perpetuate a culture of consumption and competition. We'll also encounter quotes that offer glimpses of hope, reminding us that generosity, contentment, and compassion are powerful antidotes to the grip of greed. Through the wisdom of these words, we'll embark on a journey of self-reflection and discovery. By examining the motivations behind our own desires and the impact of our actions on others, we can begin to break free from the chains of greed and cultivate a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Join us as we explore the depths of human nature and uncover the profound truths hidden within these 15 quotes about greed. Greed is a bottomless pit which exhausts the person in an endless effort to satisfy the need without ever reaching satisfaction. Erich Fromm. This quote by the renowned psychologist Erich Fromm strikes at the heart of greed's deceptive nature. It paints a vivid picture of a pit, deep and insatiable, that can never be filled, no matter how much we throw into it. We often believe that acquiring more, whether it be wealth, possessions, or power, will bring us happiness and contentment. However, greed whispers a different story. It tells us that we are not enough, that we need more to be happy, to be secure, to be loved. This relentless pursuit of more becomes an exhausting cycle, leaving us feeling empty and unfulfilled, always yearning for the next acquisition. The illusion lies in the belief that happiness can be found in external accumulation, when true fulfillment comes from within. The world has enough for everyone's needs, but not enough for everyone's greed. Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi, a beacon of peace and simplicity, eloquently captures the stark contrast between need and greed. Our planet provides abundant resources to meet the basic needs of every human being: food, water, shelter, and connection. Yet, greed drives us to hoard and accumulate far beyond what we need, creating artificial scarcity and perpetuating inequality. When we allow greed to dictate our actions, we lose sight of our shared humanity and the interconnectedness of all beings. We become consumed by our own desires, blind to the suffering of others and the impact of our choices on the planet. Gandhi's words serve as a powerful reminder that true abundance lies in sharing and ensuring everyone's needs are met, not in amassing more than our fair share. Section 3. A hunger that knows no end. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Mark 8:36. This profound question, posed in the Gospel of Mark, transcends material possessions and speaks to the very essence of our being. It challenges us to consider the true cost of greed, the potential loss of our values, integrity, and compassion. When we prioritize material gain above all else, we risk sacrificing our relationships, our health, and our sense of purpose. We may accumulate wealth and power, but at what cost? The pursuit of worldly possessions can become an all-consuming obsession, leaving us feeling empty and disconnected from what truly matters. This quote serves as a stark reminder that true wealth lies not in what we own, but in the richness of our relationships, the strength of our character, and the impact we have on the world around us. Section 1. The price of desire. To desire nothing is divine. To desire little is the nearest approach to divinity. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor. Marcus Aurelius, known for his Stoic philosophy, presents a powerful perspective on desire. He suggests that true peace and contentment reside in freeing ourselves from the clutches of desire. Desiring nothing in the absolute sense might seem like an impossible feat for most. Our wants and aspirations are deeply ingrained in our nature. However, Aurelius points to a profound truth. The more we chase after desires, the more elusive they become, leaving us in a perpetual state of yearning. This doesn't necessarily advocate for a life devoid of ambition or goals. Instead, it encourages us to examine our desires, to discern between what we truly need and what we simply crave. By simplifying our wants and finding contentment in less, we can free ourselves from the burden of endless pursuit. Section 2. Chains of Attachment. Greed is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become. Arthur Schopenhauer. Schopenhauer, a German philosopher known for his pessimistic worldview, uses a potent analogy to illustrate the self-defeating nature of greed. Just as drinking seawater intensifies thirst rather than quenching it, clinging to possessions and pursuing more only amplifies our desire for even more. This cycle, fueled by our attachments, traps us in a vicious spiral of wanting. The more we acquire, the more we fear losing it, leading to heightened anxiety and a constant need for validation through material possessions. This insatiable hunger prevents us from experiencing true satisfaction, leaving us forever yearning for the next fleeting moment of gratification. Schopenhauer's words serve as a reminder to break free from the illusionary fulfillment promised by material wealth and seek lasting contentment from within. Section 3. A world consumed. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. Socrates. Socrates, the renowned Greek philosopher, presents a timeless truth about contentment and its relationship with greed. This quote shines a light on the internal struggle at the core of greed. It's not about the lack of possessions, but the lack of contentment within oneself. Someone perpetually dissatisfied with their current state would likely remain equally unsatisfied even after achieving their desires. This discontentment stems from a fundamental belief that happiness lies in acquiring more, a belief that traps individuals in an endless cycle of desire and disappointment. True contentment, Socrates implies, arises not from external possessions, but from cultivating inner peace and gratitude for what one already possesses. It's about appreciating the present moment, rather than constantly chasing after an idealized future that never quite arrives. Section 1. The Mirror of Reality. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. Mahatma Gandhi. This poignant quote from Mahatma Gandhi highlights a critical distinction between needs and greed. Earth's bounty is vast and can sustain all, yet the insatiable hunger of greed stretches beyond the essential, leading to exploitation and imbalance. This observation invites us to reflect on our personal consumption behaviors and the broader societal implications of unchecked desire. In the modern context, this quote resonates deeply with environmental issues such as deforestation, water scarcity, and climate change, all exacerbated by greed. It compels us to consider how our pursuit of more goods, more consumption, more growth, impacts the planet. Gandhi's wisdom serves as a mirror, reflecting not just personal choices, but also global practices that need reevaluation for sustainable living. Greed, in this sense, is not merely a personal failing, but a societal crisis. The reflection we see in Gandhi's mirror is one of a world straining under the weight of excessive desire. It calls upon each of us to act, not out of self-interest, but for collective well-being. By aligning our needs more closely with what the earth can provide, we foster a balance that benefits everyone. By confronting the reality of our greed, we can begin to make the necessary adjustments in our lives. This may involve changing our consumption habits, supporting sustainable practices, and advocating for policies that protect the environment. Each small step contributes to a larger change, helping to restore the balance that greed has disrupted. Section 2. The Seduction of Excess. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher, offers a profound antidote to the poison of greed. His words remind us that the feeling of lack, which often drives our greedy behaviors, is a delusion. True abundance comes not from amassing more, but from recognizing the richness that already surrounds us. This quote encourages a shift in perspective, from seeking fulfillment outside ourselves to finding it within. It suggests that the seduction of excess is powerful, but ultimately unsatisfying because it is an external pursuit. When we recognize that we are already complete, our actions begin to align with gratitude and generosity rather than scarcity and accumulation. The implications of this mindset shift are transformative. Instead of competing for resources and striving for more, we begin to share, collaborate, and contribute. This not only enhances our personal well-being, but also improves the communities we live in. By letting go of the illusion of lack, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities where cooperation triumphs over competition. This transformation is not just philosophical, but practical. When we stop chasing after more, we reduce stress, enhance our relationships, and improve our quality of life. We also become stewards of the resources we have, using them wisely and sustainably. Section 3. Echoes of Enlightenment. Greed is a fat demon with a small mouth, and whatever you feed it is never enough. Jan Willem van de Wetering. This vivid description by Jan Willem van de Wetering encapsulates the relentless nature of greed. It is a powerful image that portrays greed not just as a desire, but as a force that can never be satisfied, no matter how much it consumes. The metaphor of the fat demon serves as a cautionary tale, warning us of the dangers of feeding our greed. It reminds us that greed, once nurtured, grows exponentially, consuming not only resources, but also our values, relationships, and ultimately, our happiness. This description compels us to confront the greed within us and question the true cost of our desires. Addressing this demon requires courage and self-awareness. It involves recognizing the moments when we are driven by greed and choosing a different path, one of moderation, contentment, and compassion. By doing so, we not only liberate ourselves from the clutches of greed, but also contribute to a more just and balanced world. The battle against the demon of greed is ongoing and universal. It echoes through the annals of history and across cultures, reminding us that the pursuit of enlightenment, of understanding and overcoming our baser instincts, is a journey worth taking. Through introspection and mindful living, we can tame this demon and find true fulfillment in the richness of a well-lived life. As we conclude our exploration of greed through the insightful words of thinkers across generations, a resounding message emerges. True wealth is not measured by the abundance of possessions, but by the richness of our character and the depth of our connections. The pursuit of more, driven by insatiable greed, often leaves us feeling emptier, yearning for the next fleeting moment of gratification. It's like chasing after a mirage. The closer we get, the further it recedes, leaving us parched and disillusioned in its wake. The quotes we've examined serve as poignant reminders that genuine happiness and fulfillment are found not in external accumulation, but in cultivating contentment, practicing gratitude, and nurturing compassion for ourselves and others. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things and understanding that our actions have ripple effects, impacting not just our own lives, but the well-being of our communities and the planet as a whole. True wealth lies in experiences, in relationships, in making a positive impact on the world around us. It's about living a life driven by purpose, not possessions, and finding joy in the simple yet profound aspects of human existence: love, connection, creativity, and contribution. When we shift our focus from acquiring more to appreciating what we already have, we open ourselves to a world of abundance that greed can never touch. Breaking free from the clutches of greed is an ongoing journey, a conscious choice we make each day to align our actions with our values. It requires us to question societal norms that equate success with material wealth and status. It demands that we examine our own desires, discerning between needs and wants, and challenging the consumerist culture that constantly bombards us with messages of inadequacy and the need for more. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things and understanding that our actions have ripple effects, impacting not just our own lives, but the well-being of our communities and the planet as a whole. Cultivating contentment doesn't mean resigning ourselves to mediocrity or abandoning ambition. Rather, it's about finding joy in the journey, in the pursuit of our passions, and in making a meaningful contribution to the world. Let the wisdom of these 15 quotes serve as a compass, guiding us towards a life of purpose, generosity, and genuine fulfillment. By choosing contentment over accumulation, compassion over competition, and gratitude over greed, we can break free from the cycle of desire and create a world where true abundance prevails. The power to transform our lives and our world lies within each of us. Let us choose wisely.